you need to get all of your points if you want to be at the upper echelons of the pay scale, the 33 and 34%, which is the max that TMC pays out. I'd say it's relatively easy to do, especially with something, you know, accumulating all your points and getting, you know, this easy inspection points, you know, when you get your truck checked. So getting your truck washed at least once every 2 weeks, and passing your appearance inspection checks when you come in to the terminal. Very, very easy. What's up, guys? Everyday Trucker here, back with another video. And today I am in Gaston, South Carolina, because I'm getting routine maintenance done on the truck. And I figured I haven't shown you guys what this terminal looks like, you know, and I also want to describe to you guys and show you what the process is for preparing your truck for that routine maintenance, because there's some things that you have to do in order to basically pass the grade, because you do get graded on cleaning your truck and preparing it for them to do the service on it. So I want to show you guys what you need to do to hopefully pass it very easily and not have to come out there and redo anything, because if you don't do it right, they definitely will hold you here until you do it correctly, the way that they want you to do it. So let's go ahead and get into it, because there's quite a bit for me to show you guys around the terminal, plus like with the actual preparation process. So let's go ahead and get to it. All right, guys, so we're out here at the entrance to the terminal, and when you come in here, you always want to make sure that you're not driving fast at all, because for one, you know, there's a lot of other vehicles around and there's people walking around, so you want to be safe and make sure you're being careful. And they have a posted speed limit out here, so as they say, you know, so safety starts here, of course, but 5 miles an hour, and they definitely mean that for sure. So don't go through here speeding at all. There's not really much space for that anyway, but you definitely don't want to be at a terminal making stupid decisions. You know, things are going to try to get you in trouble. So, but here's the office building where a lot of the administrative staff will work. Definitely a bigger building at the Des Moines or Brownsburg, Indiana terminals. But this one, I've been in there, it's okay. It's not a lot of space, but you can go in there and get your paperwork if you need trip sheets or written out bills of lading or revenue books. Pretty much any administrative paperwork that we as drivers would need, you can go in there and get it. I don't believe that you have access to that section during the weekends, because I think the office where all that paperwork is kept is locked up on the weekend, because there's no employees working in there right then. So if you get here on a Friday or any day during the week, you'll have no problem. But let me show you guys something that's really important if you come through any TMC terminal at all. You see that sign, keep off the grass, keep off the grass. They are they're very serious about that, okay? So don't walk on it. If you come around, there's a stone path or something, walk on the stone path or walk on the concrete, the cement. Do not cut through and walk on the grass ever. But there's the mechanics bay where they work on the tractors. When you take your truck in for service, it'll go into the bays over here. There's bays on the other side, so they can accommodate 2 trucks, one in the front, one in the rear, and it's like all the way down this whole row. And they do the trailers on this side right here. But as you can see, there are drivers that are parked, and you see this lot here, it's not made out of concrete, it's like made out of dirt and stones. So your truck is going to get dirty when you're here. You know, you'll get all the sand and dirt on your truck, and you will definitely track it into your truck if you walk in there. So I would highly suggest putting down some towels or some paper or something to keep the inside of your truck as clean as you can, especially once you've finished cleaning it, you know. Otherwise you'll have to wipe all that up again. But yeah, so there's, as you can see, a lot of trucks parked all around, and these are all the bobtails. I'm not 100% certain that all these actually have drivers in them. Actually, I would say the majority of them don't, because there's no names on the sides of the trucks right now. So I'm not sure if these trucks are for sale or if there's something wrong with them, or you know, they're just not completely up to standard yet to be put out with other drivers yet. I don't have no idea why they're all sitting here like that, but it's usually like that though. So these could just be trucks that are just waiting for drivers to be put in them. I'm not sure though. But see here, this trailer's parked, and this is probably my least favorite terminal to come to as far as trying to find somewhere to park. I mean, it's the closest one to where I live, so I come here for that purpose mainly. But yeah, I don't like the dirt out here, just because your truck's gonna get dirty and you're gonna track all of this gritty, sandy dirt like that in your truck when you're walking around, coming in and out. But this lot can be a little bit tight. It's not very busy here this weekend because it's a holiday weekend for one, and there's no TQM classes, which you come here and you can take the first two, or I guess the only two TQM classes at the Columbia terminal, which is the training facility. This is just the maintenance yard where you can get your truck worked on. But the training actually takes place, I'd say it's about 5 or 10 miles from here at the Columbia training facility. But yeah, some guys come here at park for the weekend. I don't take my chances on that because you can never be sure that you'll have a parking space. They got a lot of empty trailers here, plus guys that are parked for service or whatever the reason may be that they're here. And let's see. Well, here, let me start off with this. When you come here, like my truck, my service requires me, or really everyone's service requires you to drop your trailer once you get back here into a parking space. And this is my trailer here, so you want to go ahead and drop your trailer, put your landing gear down, of course, and detach your truck from it. All right, and when you do that, you're just gonna pretty much hang out here until you go around and start the cleaning process. And if you value your time, I would go ahead and start getting your truck cleaned and cleared out like as soon as you get here, because more likely than not there's going to be other guys that are here for the same purpose, and depending on how many mechanics they have available the day that you're there, it could take a longer or a shorter time to get the process completed. So the sooner you start, the sooner your truck will be ready to get back out there. So let's go ahead and show you the next part of this. All right guys, we're back in the truck, and the next step that I go through after I've dropped my trailer, you want to go through and start to clean the inside of your truck out. And had to wipe my face off. It's hot out here, guys. You're probably gonna see me doing that a lot in this video. It's about 86 degrees out here right now. It rained yesterday, so it's really humid, and it's scheduled to be a high of 93. So it's gonna be a scorcher, very uncomfortable. But I want you guys to have this information, so I'm gonna brave this heat so I can deliver this to you guys. And once I'm done, I'm going inside to get in some AC in the driver's lounge for sure. But back to the point at hand. You want to start cleaning your truck out, and TMC's standard for their appearance inspection during your routine maintenance appointment is to have your truck in showroom pretty condition. And that means, you know, your truck needs to look like it just came off of the showroom floor. So you need to clean everything, no dirt smudges, no food crumbs on your floor, you know, no spilled drinks, like no puddles or no stains from the puddle like marked on your seats or anywhere. You need to wipe everything down, and they provide you with the tools to use that, whether it's cleaning solution, rags, or scrubbing brushes. They have all that here for you to use, so you don't have to worry about that part. But you need to definitely make sure that you get all of that done before you turn your keys over to them so they can go ahead and inspect it, because sometimes they'll do the appearance inspection on your truck right away as soon as you give them your keys and tell them that you're done. Or, you know, they may have some other guys ahead of you and they'll say, okay, we'll get to you once we're available, kind of thing. And you're just sitting around, you know, waiting until that's done. So make sure before you hand anything over, you know, there's nothing else that you need to do. And I'll show you along the way in this video, you know, everything that you need to do so you're not guessing. And because I passed my inspection like I normally do. And just to give you guys a little bit of proof before I show you this so that you can believe my credibility in this, I'll show you my inspection appearance checklist that has a passing mark on it. Okay, so here's what it'll look like. You see appearance inspection checklist, and there's a list of things on here that your mechanic is going to look at in your truck, and they're going to give you a passing or failing grade on all of these things here. So you can pause your screen and look at each of these individual things if you would like. And you can see down at the bottom, I'm rated as good, so that means I passed. If you don't pass, you know, they'll put an X right there, say action needed, and the points may or may not be deducted. Like if it's something minor, like, you know, you didn't vacuum your floor well enough, or you have like some smudges that you forgot to wipe up, they're not gonna take points off of you for that. And you 100% do not want to get a bad rating. If you get a bad rating, that means you messed something up really badly that's like unacceptable. I've never had a bad rating. I've never talked to anybody that has had one, so I can't exactly tell you what they would qualify as bad, but I would imagine it has to be something pretty serious. I don't know, you tore a seat up, like ripped something out or something. I don't know, I'm just guessing. But yeah, I mean, I've seen guys get this, and that's when you just got something minor that they want you to do a touch-up on, and then they'll go look at that again, and then you'll be okay. But you want to have good, and you want to be able to get good on your first shot, because as I said, if you don't have it up to the standard that they want, they will red tag your truck. They'll put a red tag on the door handle, on the outside there on your door handle, and it'll say action needed, and you'll have to go check with the shop. Or actually, no, you won't have to check with the shop. They'll leave a paper in your truck like this, and it'll say on the paper in the comments right here, it'll say exactly what it is that you didn't do an acceptable job on in cleaning, and you'll have to go ahead and fix that. And then you'll go back in there to the shop and talk to the mechanics, tell them you're ready for them to re-inspect your truck, and then we'll go look at the specifics that they marked on there and see if you did it right the second time. And if you did it right, then they'll go ahead and take that red tag off your truck and you're good to go. But let's go ahead and show you guys what else I'm talking about. So you want to wipe everything down like I'm showing you there, and like I said, the cleaning solution is provided to you, and there's actually a section here at the terminal where you can go and park your truck, and you have access to like a water hose, the cleaning solution, a shop vac. Let's see what else they have over there. They have some stuff that you can use to clean your windows. They have some upholstery cleaner. There's a lot of stuff, and I'll show you guys all that. But you can use all that stuff, and you want to wipe everything down. So the steering wheel, your door handles, and the door handle here can get exceptionally dirty, you know, when you're working. You know, you got dirty gloves or dirty hands, and you're always touching your door handle all the time, or your buttons for your windows or your mirrors. So you want to make sure all that's wiped out, every crevice, even down here where you see like those little pockets up against the door frame. All this stuff, you want to clean all that out so it's all looking nice and clean like that, because I know some of these areas can collect crumbs and dirt and dust. You want to wipe all that out, and you want to wipe off pretty much everything that you can see. Wipe it all off, make sure there's no dirt. Even like pull out your cup holders, clean out the inside in here as well. And you want to wipe off all of this here, like I said, make it nice and clean. And once you do that, you also want to kind of clean off your seats, wipe that, and you want to go in the back, make sure that you're vacuuming your floor. Now, my inspection has already been done, as you guys saw. You saw my my passing grade sheet. So some of the stuff that I originally had moved out of the way and placed somewhere else, I brought it back in here actually before I started recording this. So some of this stuff is okay. Like I had this bucket here before they did their inspection. They weren't upset about that, and these are some of my edge protectors that I had here for the time being, and that was fine. but I moved these things out of the way and I vacuumed the floor so there weren't any crumbs and any dirt, and then I just put the things back in that place. As long as everything is neat and orderly, like, I don't think they're going to be super particular about you making up your bed, but I washed my laundry while I was here, so that's why there's no sheets or pillows on my bed. But I took all that stuff off, and you just want to have it like orderly in a corner, not just scattered all over the place like a tornado came through the bunk in your truck. And that'll be okay. And of course, wiping everything down that you want to touch back here, cleaning everything off. And you know, you can have things up here, that's fine. They're not going to be upset by that. Like I said, this is the condition that all this was in before they did their inspection on my truck, and I've got the passing grade. So once you've cleaned all that off, moved it out of the way, or moved it over, then you can go around back. And I kind of jumped around a little bit. I said wipe all this stuff down, but I'll show you guys the spot where you actually go to get all the cleaning supplies, because that's the point in time when I would be wiping all this stuff down. When I'm right here after I've detached my trailer, that's just me moving things out of the way. So part of having the showroom pretty appearance that they want, if any guys are having their GPSs, you know, in the windshield, you want to take that down just for your inspection. Take it down, you know, put it in a bag, or, you know, store it somewhere. It cannot be up in the windshield or anything, because, you know, that's not part of showroom pretty. You know, you're not going to find a truck in there with a GPS in the window. So take that down. If you have any pictures hanging up, which I do right now, but I had that taken down at the time when they did my inspection. But if you got pictures up there, your family members, you know, your wife, husband, whoever, you know, take all that stuff down. It all needs to be cleaned off. I mean, you can put it all back up once your inspection is complete, but when they're doing it, you got to have all that stuff put away and have everything looking really nice. So hold on, let me see, we'll turn that off. I showed you guys that part. Let's go and show you the other part, because this is just the interior of the truck. So the business portion of the truck up here where you're driving, and the pleasure side when you're back here, you know, getting to relax and you're off work. So all that needs to be cleaned out, wiped down, and in an orderly condition. So like I said, if you got a bunch of stuff, they understand. They don't expect you to make it look like you don't have anything in here, like you don't live in here, but it just needs to be neat and orderly when they come through and look at it. So let's show you guys underneath the bunk, because they want that portion cleaned out as well. So down here, this is underneath the bunk, so underneath my bed, they want this cleaned as well. So you're going to need to do the same thing like you did inside the truck. You know, any dirt you have in here, you can use the shop vac to vacuum this out, and you can use the spray cleaners to clean this upholstery here, wipe it off, because it'll probably be dirty. But you want to get that out, and you cannot have any metal down here. So don't have any I don't know, any metal tools down here, as far as like, you know, like edge protector pole or strap winders, or I don't know, anything like that, because they're concerned with the metal damaging, you know, your inverter down here, or some wires somewhere. You know, the metal can scratch it or bend it up, or, you know, mar it in some kind of way. So they don't want that in there. You got to take that out. These plastic poles, that's fine. That's not really going to damage anything at all. Like I said, all this stuff was already in this condition when they did their inspection on my truck, so this is fine. You know, your helmet in there, that's okay. This is my toolbox, that's okay. But you see, cleaned all that out. No dirt anywhere, just this stuff. So you want to do that as well, get all this stuff out of the way. On the other side, you know what, let me get closer, I'll show you. All right, we're on the other side, and my other little storage containers underneath the bunk here, storage area. So this is where I keep a lot of the truck maintenance stuff, like you can have your detergent or whatever that's down there, and then I have my fluids, so it'll be cleaning fluid, oil, antifreeze, that's what's in these jugs. And then you have some of this stuff, you know, doesn't really matter what this is, just soap, you know, more truck fluids. And so you can keep this stuff here, that's fine. They're not going to be upset with you having that there. Just take it out just for a second so you can clean the floor there with the upholstery cleaner, and then you can put all this stuff right back in there. So it needs to be looking clean. You can't really see like any crazy amount of stuck in dirt. Like, I scrubbed this stuff as hard as I could, and that stuff doesn't come out. So as long as it's got that, you know, that shiny, wet look, like a freshly washed tire, then you're gonna be fine. So get that, clean that out, and then you are done with cleaning that portion. Let me see what else. Is there anything on the outside of the truck that they need to look for? Or that you guys need to check out? I think that's it as far as like moving stuff around for the maintenance on that. Yeah, I believe so. If anything else comes to me, I'll bring it up to you. But let me go over here and show you guys where all of the cleaning takes place. Let's walk around the back of the mechanic shop. All right, guys, so that's where we were, in that section over there. And if you walk around to the front here, that's the front of the terminal. So you walk around this back path here, and the cleaning area is around this bend, over that way around the building. And as I say, don't walk on that grass or any grass at any of the terminals. Yeah, the driver's lounge, which I'll also give you guys a look at that place. If you go over there, the driver's lounge at this terminal is definitely not as impressive as it is at the Brownsburg or Des Moines, Iowa terminals. Definitely not. This one here is pretty much just a trailer. I guess it'd be like a double wide trailer here. And you go in there and they just got standard stuff in there, just showers. Very small kind of living room where you can sit down with some reclining couches to watch TV or whatever. But definitely nothing fancy. It's not as flashy as the other ones, not nearly. It's enough to make do. But as you can see, we're back here, back at the terminal. The opposite side from what I was showing you guys originally. And this is the little pad area where you can come and clean your trucks. I mean, this is just one spot. You can park, you know, right there, or where that truck is right there if there's not a truck waiting for service hanging around in that area. All right, I forgot to mention it while I was in there, but they have some things inside that mechanic shop that you can use as far as like I don't know the right way to call them, like lightweight kind of tools. Like if you like need zip ties, you know, you can get those in there. They have varying sizes, you know, like the really big thick zip ties, and then the really little itty bitty tiny ones. They're very slim. You can get those in there. I think that you can also get fuel filters in there from them if you don't have any. I don't know how many they'll give you, but I think you can get some from them. You can get like those jugs that you saw that I showed you that had the oil and the coolant in them that were in my truck. You can get empty ones here. So if you want to take an empty one with you for whatever reason when you leave here, you can get that. Shoot, I mean, those are all the things that I've used so far that I've gotten from here. I don't think there's anything else major that you would want to get out of there, but it never hurts to ask. If you're at a terminal and you need anything that's related to you doing your job out here with the trucking, it won't hurt to ask it to see if they have it. But if you need securement equipment, the securement yard is not here, like where you would get extra straps or edge protectors. If you need to get new tarps, say the tarps you have on your truck right now, they're torn, they're ripped, you need some replacements. You could take your bad equipment to the securement lot, which is actually only about 2 miles down the road from this place. You would go there and you can get your stuff. You know, you need to put in your maintenance request for that, of course, through your Trimble. It's a macro. I can't remember which macro number it is, but you do that and then they would go ahead and set that stuff out for you. All right, we're inside the truck now, and I'm just doing my checks, the due diligence that you're supposed to do. The truck just got serviced, but I'm just running through, checking, making sure that everything works. You know, all my blinkers are on, and you know, everything that's supposed to to activate when I flip a switch does, because sometimes when they're doing a once over on the truck, you know, they might, you know, touch a wire or adjust something by mistake, something might get disconnected. You just want to make sure that all that stuff is how it should be before you pull off. Otherwise you'll find out when you're going down the road, and it's extremely inconvenient to have to turn back around when you haven't budgeted your time to be back here. You budgeted your time to be out on the road to go deliver wherever you're supposed to be heading after you get serviced. So something that I just noticed with this one is you can see right here, this panel where, you know, I can lock or unlock my doors and roll up my windows on the driver and passenger side. And, you know, you got this switch right here for the left side and the right side, and this little button right here adjusts my side view mirrors. And as you can see, I'll put it on the left hand side, and we'll adjust our mirror right here. Oh wait, hold on. You gotta have the electricity on for that. You don't have to have the truck turned on, but you do need to have the electricity turned on. So let's turn our key to the on position right there. Now take a look at this driver's side mirror. It's moving around like it should, but the problem is right hand side. I'm adjusting the right hand side button right now. I'm moving it around, and as you can see, that side view mirror on the right hand side, the passenger side, is not moving. In addition to that, only my driver's side door is locking and unlocking. My passenger side door is not doing that, nor is my passenger side window rolling down or up. So driver's side window operating normally, passenger side not doing anything. And this switch right here to unlock and lock the doors also controls this side hatch door right here, which you can open. That is where you see me get a lot of my tools when they're around here, or if you got any items underneath your bunk. That locking door operates that as well, or that locking button, and that's not working either. When I unlock or lock the doors, it's not activating that like it should. And let's lock that back. So in the midst of doing the maintenance on the truck, some wire, some switch, something, I don't know, got adjusted or moved around in a way that it wasn't supposed to. Somebody might have moved something around by mistake, because none of that stuff's working, and it wasn't like that before. So thankfully, I'm still here at the terminal. I already walked over there and talked to the guys in the shop, and they're gonna take a look at it. Fortunately, they're not very busy here this weekend at all, so they'll probably get on this as soon as I pull it up there. But definitely, guys, when you get your truck taken in for service, always look over everything after. All right, we got cut off there, but like I said, after you get your truck serviced, definitely look over everything and make sure that everything that is supposed to be working is, and definitely do that before you leave, because you know, it could cause you some headache down the road. You find out about that, like right now my window's not working, so it's a relatively minor fix. I'm sure they'll just reconnect something, or a fuse got blown while they were working, something simple like that. But let's go ahead and get that taken care of, so we can go ahead and get this truck hooked back up to the trailer and chill out for the rest of the day, because it's Saturday and we don't have to leave until tomorrow sometime. So I would definitely like to relax and not be doing too much work out here, because it is hot outside right now, even though it's still just the morning time. But let's go ahead and get this truck pulled back into the bay. All right, back in the truck, and here is a bottle, like I say, of this purple cleaning solution. And I usually fill up my bottle whenever I come to a terminal. If they have some of this stuff, I'll fill it up so that way I can clean the truck a little bit while I'm gone, and I just store it. That, and the same thing, you can get yourself a can of the cleaning solution, or the spray for your upholstery and your windows to do the same thing. So that's the major part about keeping your truck clean. So once you're done with that, they'll go ahead and take your truck from you once your turn is up, and they'll go ahead and do all the maintenance checks and adjusting that they need to do on your truck. And I do not know what all they do You know, aside from, you know, changing your oil and checking your brakes, I'm sure they go through the truck with a fine-tooth comb. The way the TMC is, they're very, very particular about their equipment, which is a good thing because they take good care of their trucks. You know, as you can see around this yard, trucks right here, the trucks that I showed you that we walked past earlier, trucks and trailers, you know, none of these trucks or trailers, none of them look like garbage. You don't have to be, you know, wondering about them, like as you drive past any of them on the highway. You don't have to wonder, you know, if the thing's gonna, you know, fall apart on you, or, you know, you're gonna get smashed on a DOT inspection if they pull you over, you know, assuming that you're doing what you need to do, like with your daily pre-trips, you know, just checking the stuff that you're able to adjust. But, you know, the trucks aren't running around with a bunch of dings in them, dents and scratches and messed up parts. You know, they don't roll that way, you know, at this company, which is something I love. Because you don't have to worry about a ton of breakdowns. You know, you can be out there on the road making money. Now, your truck will break down from time to time, like, because it's a piece of a machinery and equipment. It will need maintenance. I'm not saying that these trucks are going to be flawless 100% of the time, because that's definitely not true. But you won't spend more time in a shop getting repairs than you will spend out on the road making money. That's for sure. But in the odd event that something happens, because it does, you know, there might be an occasion where you damage the truck somehow, or something goes wrong with it. You know, you get a scratch or a ding, or, I don't know, you get a pothole. There's all kinds of things that can happen that can cause a little bit of cosmetic damage to the truck. Or, you know, if you got a part in your truck that's not operating how it should be, like, I don't know, just for example, if you got you know, the air ride in your seats isn't working properly, or, you know, you have like a blown bulb or a light or something like that, anything that needs to be fixed, it's keeping the truck from being 100% perfect, you can let them know. But specifically, let me touch on this one. If you damage the truck somehow, anything, you need to make sure that you report it to the company. Like, call your safety manager. First off, take pictures of whatever it is that's damaged. You know, if you scratched the truck, or you got a flat tire, or anything that happens, if you did it, or if somebody else hit you. But specifically for this scenario that I'm about to bring up, if you did it, you know, say you hit a curb or something, or you rubbed up against the wall when you thought you were trying to back in, or you were too close to something, if you damage it, take a picture of whatever it is and go to your TMC app and send the pictures in to your safety manager and let them know about it right away. Because if you just go about your day, you know, you look at it and it's like, oh, it's just cosmetic damage, no big deals, nothing happening. You know, whatever it is, you know, when you bring your truck in to get it inspected and have the routine maintenance, the shop guys are going to look at your truck top to bottom, and if they see anything that's wrong with your truck, is damaged in any kind of way, they're gonna mark that in their system that it happened. And if you didn't report it yourself and it ends up being, you know, something that they're concerned about, the safety manager is probably going to give you a call, and they're going to ask you what happened and how it happened. And if you didn't report it ahead of time yourself, if they find out about it from somebody else, or they find out about it when they look at it on their own, there's a chance they're going to come back at you and, you know, try to get you to pay for the damages. If whatever it is a serious enough thing, they're for sure going to call you and ask you how it happened. But whether or not you have to pay for it depends on exactly what it is. But you definitely want to let them know first when you have the opportunity, and they'll go ahead and get that fixed. But like I said, you know, you might end up being the one paying for it if you didn't report it yourself. So definitely do that. You know, have the integrity, don't be afraid. You know, even if it's something really bad, you're better off telling them yourself than for them to find out, you know, when you had to bring the truck to them, you know, weeks or months later after the event actually happened. So don't do that. Just report it. Bite the bullet, report it, and, you know, that kind of thing could save your job and definitely save you some money, you know, so you won't get charged back for that. Well, like, see, actually, I can show you the finished product for my truck, since my truck's already clean. I already showed you how it looks now. I'll show you the outside, because they're gonna go ahead and re-grease your fifth wheel back there, and let me show you mine. Once they've completed their routine maintenance, part of it is them greasing your fifth wheel. And as you can see, they lay it on thick. Don't touch this with anything, because this stuff is one of the hardest substances on the planet to get off of you. Whether you're washing your hands or you get it on your clothes, it will get on there and it will stay on there. You know, you have to scrub really hard and wash your stuff a ton of times to get that grease. I don't know what it's made out of, but get it off of your skin or your clothes, so don't touch it. But it's on there so that your fifth wheel, when it slides underneath your trailer, it'll go under there nice and easy. Plus, like when you're driving around, you know how like your truck's going to be making turns, going around corners and bends. It's so that your trailer can easily slide around and move on this fifth wheel as you're driving. You don't want this thing to be dry and rusted out, because then you're going to have a really rough ride when you're trying to make your turns and everything. So you can get some of this grease yourself. I think they hand out like cans. I actually might have some they gave me a while back, but they'll do this every time you come in for maintenance. And I'll show you the can of the stuff that I have that I actually got from a terminal here. Actually, you could probably get it from all these terminals, but I got it from the Brownsburg terminal. Some of the shop guys, they gave me a can, or a can of that, and it was something else. Oh, some of that, it's like PVC, like rust blaster. You can spray your ratchets with it so that they are easy to spin around and turn. But here it is, red and tacky spray grease, and that's pretty much what you just saw, this stuff, and they spray it on there. Keeping a can with you, that way you can, if you need it, you can spray it on your fifth wheel as needed if your stuff ends up going dry. I've never had that happen to me. I've never had my fifth wheel go rusty or like anywhere near non-slick, because they lay it on and it lasts for a very long time. But here's the other can of this PVC blaster. Nope, just PB blaster here. Like I said, you can use that to spray that in your ratchets, you know, to keep them nice and lubricated, and you can get that at the terminals as well. So I suggest you at least carry a can of one of each with you, since they give it out to you and it is useful when you do need it. All right, so that's that. Everything on the outside that you guys needed to see as far as like the truck maintenance and what you need to do to prepare your truck and pass your appearance inspection, because like I said, they do grade you on that. And part of the snapshot that TMC does, which is the overall grade that determines your pay rating every month, you need to get all of your points if you want to be at the upper echelons of the pay scale, the 33 and 34%, which is the max that TMC pays out. And I'd say it's relatively easy to do, especially with something, you know, accumulating all your points and getting, you know, this easy inspection points, you know, when you get your truck checked. So getting your truck washed at least once every 2 weeks, and passing your appearance inspection checks when you come in to the terminal. Very, very easy. So easy points. And I think the next thing that we'll go ahead and do is show you guys the driver's lounge, just so you guys know where that is. And it's not as impressive, as I already gave you guys the preface, but it's not as impressive as a couple of the other larger terminals. Like I said, this is one of the smaller terminals. This one, and then the one in Joplin, Missouri is pretty small as well, but a little bit more upgraded as far as the driver's lounge. I mean, as far as like the maintenance for the trucks and the mechanics bays, that one is nice as well in Joplin. But as far as like a scale of 1, 2, 3, 4, I would say you got Brownsburg, in my opinion, for the driver's lounge is number 1, then Des Moines, then Joplin, and then this place here. It's not horrible, like I said, but it's just, compared to the other 3, it's the least fancy, nice looking driver's lounge that you guys will see. But we'll go ahead and take a walk over there, and I'll show you guys what you will run into when you're in there. And I'm gonna go ahead and get myself a shower at the end of this video, because I am sweating in this heat out here. But let's go ahead and go. All right, we're back. As you can see behind me, the driver's lounge, the trailer that we're going to. So let's go ahead inside and I'll show you guys what's going on in there. The air conditioner in here is great, and with it being a smaller trailer here, it doesn't take that much for it to cool off in here. So it's really, really cold. Well, not cold, but it's really cool. It feels great in here compared to how it feels outside right now. So we're in the kitchen area. I mean, it's pretty modest. You know, you got your tables here. And if you're coming in here to take a shower, here's the cabinet where you get your towels from. It'll be your clean towels up top. And then once you're done taking your shower, you want to bring your dirty towels in here. You know, you see the little note they got for you there. So you will go ahead and put your dirty towels in the basket. And then you'll be set with that. Like I said, you can prepare your food. There's a microwave and a little mini fridge. There's no stove in here, so you won't be able to cook or grill anything up like that, anything that needs more than a microwave. Right. And you can see here, oh, you're fine, buddy. As you can see here, they have the lounging area, where's the couches and a recliner and the TV here. And you can sleep in here if you wanted to. It'll be nice and comfortable as far as the temperature goes. You know, the air conditioning in here is really good. The heat's good too, because it's such a small place. It doesn't take that much to heat it up. But as I said before, it's modest in here. You know, you can get the job done for sure. And they got 3 restrooms / showers. As you can see, these 3 doors here. And take note of that. Don't flush anything down the toilet that's not supposed to go down there. And right here, the light on. Inside of one of the showers. So standard stuff, you know, got your shower here. Toilet for you to use if you need to. Nothing fancy about it, just a standard restroom with a single shower. Like I said, these 3. Pretty standard, definitely, like I said, not anything fancy, but it gets the job done. And you can also get your laundry done here. Let's go ahead and turn this light off. You can also get your laundry done. They have a laundry room down the way, and they actually also provide you with laundry detergent and dryer sheets if you need to use those. And I'll show you guys that real quick. All right, back on down. It's just standard little laundry room here. You know, a couple of washing machines and a couple of dryers. And like I said, usually there's detergents, fabric softener, bleach, dryer sheets, you know, standard stuff that you need to use to do laundry. It's all complimentary, so you can come in there and use it if you need to, or you can supply your own. And that's pretty much it for this driver's lounge. As I said, this one is pretty modest compared to the other terminals. I mean, you can come outside, going out the back door of the driver's lounge. There's a little cookout table if you want to sit outside and enjoy the weather, or, you know, eat. I don't think that there's any barbecue grills or anything like that out here. As you can see, it's just a yard. So that's pretty much it out here for the driver's lounge. Like I said, it gets the job done, but it's definitely not as luxurious as what some of the other terminals may offer. You know, Brownsburg or Des Moines, Iowa. The Joplin terminal, as I said, is a little bit more updated than this place, but it's not that much larger, you know. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I can show you for here. We can go wrap it up. There's a couple more things I want to talk about, actually. You know, we can do it right here. As far as like scheduling, when you are scheduling your maintenance, your fleet manager will contact you. Well, for one thing, when you look in the TMC app, it'll tell you when your scheduled service appointment will be, roughly, in terms of how many miles your truck will have on it. So I don't know, just say for example my truck, I think it said when my truck was going to get to like 509,000 miles and some change, I was going to be due for service. Your fleet manager is going to schedule you before you actually get to that number. You know, maybe like a 1,000 or, you know, something in between that before your actual marked number that they have for you in the system. So they'll also ask you if you want to have service on the weekend or during the week, and I always choose the weekends. Now if you choose the weekends, you're going to be out on the road for 2 weeks, because like you'll come in to get your service, you'll be scheduled on a Friday, and you'll get there whatever time Friday after you pick up your Friday load, and you'll just come to your terminal, and they'll get you in on Friday. As soon as you're done cleaning your truck, you turn your keys in, and hopefully they'll be done with you sometime Saturday, depending on how many people are in line ahead of you, and depending on how much your truck needs to have done to it. Oh, well, and the reason why I always choose to come in on the weekends is because if you choose to have your service done during the week, you're gonna have a financial impact because of that. Because say I choose to have my service on a Wednesday. If I come in and have service on Wednesday, it means I'll pick up and deliver loads Monday, Tuesday, and then I'll deliver a load Wednesday, and I'll pick another one up. Now, there's no guarantee that I'll be done in time Wednesday night or even Thursday morning to be able to drive and go deliver whatever load I picked up on Wednesday. So you might as well count Thursday as a day being off, stuck at the terminal getting your service done. So you go in Wednesday, whatever time you get there, you're there until Thursday when they get your truck done, and you'll be going out to deliver your load Friday. So you pretty much missed out on a day of a delivery. Whereas if you schedule your maintenance for Friday, bugs flying around here, this summer weather, sorry guys, but if you schedule your service for a Friday like I always do, my gosh, these bugs are killing me out here, it's super annoying. But if you schedule your service for a Friday, you'll be picking up and delivering as normal all week long. And basically the terminal that you're going to for service will just be your home location. So just like you would pick up all your loads and you pick up a final load on Friday and you take it home, you would just be picking up your final load and taking it to the terminal, and that's your home location for the weekend. And then you get your service done, and you're also doing your 34-hour reset at the same time. So you hit the ground running. You leave on Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon, whatever time you got to go, so you can get parked up at the consignee for Sunday night. And you basically didn't miss out on anything as far as money goes. You miss out on going home for one weekend, but you don't have a financial consequence for that, as far as missing out on the load. That's why I always choose to do it that way, and it always works out. You know, it's just sacrificing one weekend at home, but it really just depends on what you're trying to do. You know, if you don't mind being at the terminal and missing a day of work, then go for it. You know, and then you can still have your home time. But it's never a problem with me scheduling it. You know, whenever I want to do it that way. Just make sure that you're being vocal with your fleet manager and letting them know which one you prefer so they can set it up. And they'll also ask you which terminal you want to have your service at. So you can go to, as I said, the 4 terminals. So Des Moines, Iowa, Brownsburg, Indiana, Joplin, Missouri, or here in Gaston, South Carolina. And they can pretty much send you to any of them. They'll just route you in the week coming up to your service date. They'll just route you so that you're hovering around in the area where the terminal is for your service right around the time that you're supposed to be there. So it's never a struggle. It's always pretty easy to get done, and you knock it out, and then you don't have to worry about it for another I don't know, 3 months or however many thousands of miles you need to rack up on your truck before they put you back in the system to come back again. So you get it done, and it's easy. And I'm gonna have to wrap this video up soon, guys. These bugs, man, these bugs are loving my blood right now. They're flying all around me and nipping on me. I feel it. But now that I showed you guys, oh God, it's killing me. But now that I showed you guys how to properly prepare your truck for an appearance inspection, there's no excuse for you guys to not pass. Oh my gosh, I'm dying out here, guys. I'm dying. But there's no reason for you guys to not pass on the first shot every time now. You guys know how to do it. I showed you where the stuff is, and the other terminals, it's not that different of a setup, you know, as far as like, you know, where you would find the items. Usually like in the cleaning pads, whether you're at any of the 4 terminals, the cleaning supplies are pretty much the same. You may not find that purple liquid like at all 4 of the terminals, but they have all the other stuff that I showed you. And the expectations for how you clean your truck are the same at all 4 locations. So just do the same thing, just use the cleaning supplies that are available to you, and you'll be fine. So good luck on your inspection, guys, and keep those trucks clean. Of course, if you keep your truck as clean as you can, like on a regular basis, you won't have to scramble and do like a deep clean on everything, because you won't have caked in layers of dirt and nastiness or whatever in your truck if you're just keeping it clean along the way. You know, treat it like you would your house or your car at home, because that's basically what your truck is. Your truck is both, you know, your transportation and your home when you're an over-the-road trucker. So just maintain it on a regular basis, take care of it, and you won't have to do too much when you come to these inspections, and you'll pass with flying colors every time. It's very easy. So I'm dying, guys. I'm gonna be dried out raisin by the time these bugs are done with me, man. They're flying all around here. I don't know if this camera is doing it justice. I picked a bad spot to sit down apparently, but I'll check you guys in the next video. Keep your trucks clean, and pray for me, guys. I'm dying out here with these bugs. So Everyday Trucker out. Catch you guys in the next one. I appreciate all you guys watching, commenting, subscribing, and make sure you guys are hitting the notification button so you guys can see when I drop a new video, and you guys can pick up some new information. So until the next video, see you guys later.